I'm so happy right now.
I have never seen Matt this happy. He almost was crying tears of joy standing next to the mac and cheese. He ate a bucket full of mac and cheese. Man, is he in a good mood now.
I'm telling you, I've got the meat sweats right now. Any fat people out there, if you don't know what the meat sweats are, you're not really a fat guy, okay? So the food that was just consumed was amazing, and it really sets up the second half for a very, very good nap.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's the first high school game we've ever done where they actually had food in the press box.
Yeah, now we are the official voice of Grandview athletics.
Yeah, I think we'll be doing every Grandview game from here on.
You want a easy way to a fat guy's heart. It's called brisket and macaroni and cheese covered in cheese.
And that was good mac and cheese.
Yeah, that was amazing macaroni and cheese.
All right, we're getting ready for the second half kickoff. It's 21-0. It's Grandview over ThunderRidge, and getting a lot of good love on Twitter tonight. Thank you, everybody, for your feedback, your favorites, and your tweets and retweets.
We appreciate it. Remember, you can follow the Master.
Me?
Rick Lewis, at one Rick Lewis, and you can follow your boy here at 60 Strength. That's SIXZERO Strength. Look, we bring you the very best on Stream It Sports each and every Thursday or Friday night here, and we try to do it in the classiest way possible, but also have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Give back to the community in a good, productive, constructive way.
It's football. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, if you don't get a little bit of ooh and ah out of the people commentating, then the people commentating are stiffs. So you need somebody with a little bit of personality.
Good stuff. 21-0 Grandview. ThunderRidge really not showing much offense in that first half. They did a little bit there at the end of the half, showed a little offensive prowess, but just couldn't get on the board. And they're going to need to get some points on the board here if they want to hang with this Grandview football team.
The offensive line, Jonah Holden, the center, number 78. Sean Russo, their big tackle, number 77. They have got to get some nasty in them here in the second half and start moving this Grandview front. Grandview's been coming out in a lot of four-man, over and under scheme, and they've been coming out in a lot of odd three-man, and they're blitzing every single play because they, quite frankly, ThunderRidge is leaky in the A and B gaps. And if you're going to show vulnerability in the middle, Coach Schultz and his Grandview defense are going to take that all night. It's like blood in the water for these guys. And you look at their defense, Gash, number 94, flying around making plays. Number 13, Cameron Knight, absolute animal, causing fumbles, recovering fumbles, up hard in force, tackling the running back behind the line of scrimmage at times. Number 53, all right, Nick Meyer, the other defensive end, has been all over the field for Grandview. So the Wolves have taken it the last two games they played against ThunderRidge last year when they lost two close games. You can tell that they're out here just irking to hit ThunderRidge in the mouth, and they've really taken that initiative the entire ballgame.
Offensively, it's been their big tailback, Obinnah, with a 58-yard touchdown run and probably close to 100 yards rushing there in that first half. And their quarterback, Summers, has done a great job, too. He's got a 1-yard touchdown plunge and a 6-yard touchdown pass, and that's the scoring in the first half of this football game. I'm Rick Lewis with Matt McChesney. Between us, we have 6 years of NFL experience, and we're here calling the game for you on Stream It Sports.
I only played 2 of them, too.
Is that an onside kick, or what the heck was that?
Kick. So ThunderRidge comes out and attempts an onside kick rather than kicking the ball deep and pinning Grandview deep. Now they're going to be behind the sticks here on the field position battle, assuming that Grandview doesn't take the ball down and stick it in the end zone with great field position here on the 50-yard line. Another questionable call, but
I like it. I like
what it is.
But you just have to execute it.
I like the concept of the onside kick. I think I like the idea of the onside kick more than I actually like the onside kick.
Yeah, it was poorly executed. It would have caught them by surprise if he could have just kept the ball on the field probably.
And Grandview's been starting every single drive, it seems, on the 40 or 50-yard line, which puts Major pressure on ThunderRidge's defense.
There he is again.
And here comes the Colorado Hammer,
Obinnah.
breaking tackles left
Look
and right.
at this kid run.
It's unbelievable.
Down to the 27, 28-yard line. I saw you tweet out at halftime, hey, CU, hey, Wyoming.
Hey, CU,
hey, CSU.
Wyoming.
Look at this kid, man. He is a player.
Area schools need to wake up and smell the coffee. Number 7 is an absolute stud and a hammer. You don't want this kid sneaking away to Kansas State or Oklahoma or one of these other schools that are neighboring our state. Keep him here. If you're CU, CSU, or Wyoming, you've got to keep number 7 in the area.
Look at that.
As he hurdles a defender.
Oh, he tried to hurdle a defender. Ty Dalton ended up bringing him down.
And there's a ton of pride on ThunderRidge's defense. Ty Dalton doing a great job as a senior leader, number 3, playing hard, tackling the Colorado Hammer there well. Clay Johnson, number 10, he's a hitter and he's a tone setter. We need him to step up and make some plays if you're ThunderRidge. Now you see Obinnah coming out of the game, and they put number 2, Quarles, in, who's got some water bug in him. He can definitely.
Summers throws complete down to the 15, the 10, and brought down there at about the 6 or 7 yard line.
And because Grandview is having such great success running the football on first down, you see ThunderRidge creeping up, and that allows for easy completions across the middle.
I believe that was Jalen Bishop, 6'3" wide receiver.
Another wide receiver, number 12, Brandon Brooks, also their returner, having a big night.
A lot of talent on this team. First and goal from the 7.
Heavy set here, coming out in multiple tight end set with a fullback.
And Quarles up the middle for a yard or 2.
Seeing the safety there, Ty Dalton, number 3 for ThunderRidge, in the backfield, knowing where the ball is coming, trying to knife in there and make a play. If your safety is the first one in penetrating in the backfield, it better be a blitz, or he's very instinctive. That's got to be something that Grandview sees from an offensive coordinator perspective. If your safety is going to be in the backfield, it's going to be a lot of open space behind him.
We got single coverage on both wide receivers. Let's see if Summers is going to put it up. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. Easy touchdown for Grandview. Summers with a 4-yard run here to start off the second half. Touchdown. After that poorly executed onside kick try to start the half by ThunderRidge.
And rather than kicking the ball deep and making Grandview drive the entire length of the field, the unsuccessful botched onside kick is you're giving the Wolves a key to the hen house here if you're allowing them to start on the 50. So it's a questionable call, but at the same time, you've got to go for it. So you don't really want to criticize too hard for somebody that's trying to at least, spark his team and get them the ball back in the second half. But now they're looking at a 28-0 hole, and ThunderRidge's offense has got to come out and execute and try to get some points on the board to make this competitive.
Quarterback Summers having himself a good game.
That he is.
That's his, looks like his third, well, one of the touchdowns was a pass. That's his second touchdown running the ball. And he also has a 6-yard touchdown pass.
And at 6'4", almost 200 pounds, with the length and the frame that this kid has, it's amazing that he is not being evaluated as a legitimate D1 talent as well. A lot of kids are overlooked in Colorado strictly because they play in Colorado. And look, at 6-0 strength and fitness, is one thing that we try and do is shows everybody's best side. We teach football at 6-0, so if you're starving for knowledge and you want to be seen, that's what we do. So come check out 6-0 strength.
You know what's cool? You go over game film with these kids
all the time,
too, which is really, really cool.
So much of this is mental, Rick. You got to know what you're doing and what you're looking at. Football's a language. You can't just walk off the bus and expect to know what you're doing. There's a language and there's scheme and there's tendency. And if you're with the right coach, he can teach you all of this. Not to toot my own horn, but we are very successful. The track record of success at 6-0 cannot be questioned.
I can't imagine having a 6-year NFL vet going over game film with me in high school. That would have been so beneficial.
Think it would have helped?
Absolutely would help.
I try and help. Everything that I do, whether controversy comes with it or not, from the All-Colorado teams to the banquets to the broadcast here on Stream It to all the work we put in at the gym each and every day, is to better the community and help Colorado high school football, because that's where I got my start.
Eve's going to throw the ball over the head of his receiver.
Very, very risky throw there.
That's Knox again, I think, went down. That kid is number 31, Knox. Tough kid, Kevin Knox, taking some big hits in the game. The Grandview player stays on the ground, number 19.
13, Cameron Knight.
Or 13, that's Cameron Knight,
That's their best player. It looks like he got the wind knocked out of him there as he was holding his gut. But up and off the field, like the warrior that he is. All Colorado first-team selection at safety. And another kid that I'm amazed does not have more interest at the D1 level. The affirmation needed by Wyoming, Colorado State, and Colorado needs to stop. All those schools throughout the history of the last 20 years, they've needed affirmation from bigger universities before they go and offer kids in their own backyard, and that's why you see so many Colorado guys leave.
2nd down and 10. Have some more macaroni and cheese. You'll be good.
Just swallowed a bug.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, I think so. It was either a bug or some brisket.
Want some water?
We're good. I don't need any damn water.
Can you fix this pen for me? It's stuck in the open position.
Well, see, it's a two-way pen, so you got to be smarter than the pen. And I'm not saying I am.
Let me see if you can figure it out.
I've
literally been working on this since the second half started.
I can't figure it out. Nope, there you go.
All right.
You just get the fat
Phil,
end of the
where'd you get that?
Don't eat it, Phil. See, he stuck it right in his mouth, and I didn't even look at him.
9:22 to go here. Clock running. 3rd down, 11. Eve, lefty, running to his left, throws, complete. No, they said he was out of bounds. That would have been a 1st down pickup.
I like the play call, running the receiver to the sticks. The ball was there.
Good throw.
Not bad execution, just didn't bounce their way.
It was a nice throw by the quarterback, Eve, running to his left, throws the ball well. That would have been a 1st down for ThunderRidge. Now they're going to have to punt.
And now Grandview's looking at getting the ball again on the 40 or 50-yard line. This is why you kick the ball deep, so you can flip field position.
See, I've been working on that pen
it's just a
since
Sharpie
the second
marker,
half
guys.
started.
I mean, come on. We
Nobody
can't figure out the Sharpie
it.
here? You'd think that
what happened?
These three were the ones that have frontal head trauma issues and not me.
They get off a nice punt.
Kick.
Nice punt.
Very nice.
Hey, thank you, Phil. Phil fixed the pen, by the way.
Of course he did.
Returned back over the midfield stripe, over the 50-yard line there. Number 10 for Grandview is Gabe Hill. This is a really senior-heavy football team. Not surprised that Grandview is doing so well this year. Coming into this game 3-0.
And you saw the difference last year. ThunderRidge was the senior-heavy football team, and they won both these contests. And now Grandview has the seniors and leadership on their team, and ThunderRidge is trying to break in a new crop of guys to take their program to the next level. And you just see the difference that experience makes. ThunderRidge doing a good job of stacking up the inside run right there.
Ben Marshall on that carry.
And number 40 for ThunderRidge, who is, help me out here, Ricky.
That's Alex Bazugli.
Has been flying around. He made the special teams tackle. He just made a stop there in the backfield. He's been playing his butt off tonight. Number 40's flying around.
2nd and 10. The big guy, Obinnah, gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
And this is why you kick the ball deep to start the game, because you don't know if your defense is going to come out and hit them in the mouth and really stand up here in the second half. You got to flip field position somehow. And right now, if they get a 3rd down stop, they're still going to be looking at getting the ball inside the 10. So flipping field position sometimes is as important as scoring.
3rd and 9 from the ThunderRidge 46.
Press coverage on the outside.
High formation. Play action. Throws complete. Nice throw. And, a big hit. He breaks that tackle. Took a big shot there. Number 49 is Keelan Poole. Another senior, 6'2", almost 200-pound wide receiver. Took a huge shot.
That's Morgan Smith right there, the big tight end, and another All-Colorado member of the 6-0 Strength and Fitness All-Colorado team. Huge target, and they love him on that second-level bootleg throw. You see Grandview come out and they stack their routes. So you got a shallow guy, you've got a sticks player where he's running towards the first down marker, and you have a deep threat. And that separates the defense at levels and forces players to chase a quarterback, giving him a two-way go. And then it also puts a ton of pressure on the rovers and safeties to pick who they're going to cover. Grandview doing a great job of making it simple for Summers, and Summers doing a great job of facilitating to his athletes.
Good call. That was Morgan Smith, 6'5", 221, the tight end.
My good eye was on that one.
Yeah, man. You know that good eye, it works hard, but it works well.
You're damn right. It's almost like double time. You know what I'm saying? The best part was when I got moved to left guard and I can't see left. And they get mad at me when I turn my head. I'd be like, Coach, can't see. Don't put me at right guard.
I wouldn't even have told the coach.
I'm an honest guy, Rick.
Yeah, that's true. 1st and 10 from the 13.
No fun. This is serious hour, okay?
Obinnah spinning out of a tackle, brought down after a short gain.
There you go, ThunderRidge defense getting in there. Clay Johnson flying off his edge rover position, getting in there first. Good with the TFL. Matt Stanley, number 49, stacking him up. Big James Duckworth, 65, jumping on the pile. Still playing hard. That's one thing Coach Joe Johnson will not let his team go out here and give a lack of effort. You know ThunderRidge is always going to play.
Obinnah got up limping slightly after that carry. Still in the game at tailback.
Tough dude.
Summers hands it off to him. He cuts back.
Got the corner.
To the far side of the field and busts into the end zone for a touchdown.
Finishing the run. The Colorado Hammer across the line of scrimmage one more time. They got the corner there. The right tackle doing a great job of reach blocking the defensive end. You can see number 58 for ThunderRidge pleading his case down there that he was held. But Evan Mars, number 58, is going to have to plead his case a little bit harder as Grandview is now up 34 to Trump, trying to add the extra.
Extra point. Looks like it is going to be good, and it's going to be 35-0. We have a long ways to go here in this second half. Grandview starting to blow out the ThunderRidge Grizzlies.
And you see another late flag on the field. Grandview's a chippy team. They have the right, wrong, or indifferent. They have the perception of being a team that gets a lot of penalties and has cost them games in the past. So this is a good opportunity for Coach Schultz tomorrow to say, look, we did a lot of things well in this game, but we can still get better in a lot of areas. When you're looking at Grandview's schedule moving forward, if they think that they're going to be able to go out and play teams like Eagle Crest, at Cherokee Trail, at Cherry Creek, Overland, and Valor to finish the season and make bonehead penalties and give up free yardage to teams, they're sadly mistaken.
ThunderRidge not used to getting blown out of too many football games over the last several years. They've had such a good football program.
And they still do. The program, they're building. They lost a lot last year with, the fantastic senior class that won so many games for Coach Johnson here. Sam Jones, Brandon Chase, Brody the General, Westmoreland, Mark Hopper, Tyler Sino, Tristan Powers. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Blake Jacobs, the polar bear of guys that put in quality work here and really made the program a huge success. These younger guys that are stepping in, they've got to cut their teeth, and this is just part of the team-building process.
Kickoff goes back into the end zone. Pretty good crowd here tonight for Grandview. This is their homecoming game, and they filled up most of the home stands here at Legacy Stadium. If you've never been to the stadium, it's on the campus of Cherokee Trail High School, a beautiful high school and a just spectacular facility here at Legacy Stadium. Very impressed.
Cherokee Trail, another really, really hard-nosed physical team from the Aurora district. That's one thing about the Aurora schools, man, is they've always got attitude for you, and they're always ready to hit you in the mouth. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Handoff on first down, very little gain.
I like the Grandview stacking them up. ThunderRidge has got to kind of take the shackles off the offense and throw the ball down the field a little bit. We don't need people jumping on the pile, though. If you're if you're number 5, stay on the ground. Don't jump on the pile. Let's try and be smart here. Don't get anybody hurt. That should be a penalty, and it's definitely a penalty at the next level.
I thought it was kind of a slow whistle. That's how people get hurt.
It is. It's absolutely how people get hurt.
2nd and 8, 2-yard pickup.
Kiefer Glau, stay on the ground. You're a hell of a player. No need to do that.
Zeke Johnson, the tailback. Quarterback Eve is going to keep it himself for a short gain as he's run out of bounds right there. Number 32 is Garrett Goulding. He's had a good game tonight.
You see number 13 there, Cameron Knight, back on the field after getting the wind knocked out of him, in on the tackle as well. Goulding and number 13, Cameron Knight, have just been doing a fantastic job of rallying to the football. Now, if your Grandview's opponents coming up, Eagle Crest, Overland, Valor, you've got to see how attack happy they are to the line of scrimmage. When you game plan this football team, using that from a play action perspective is going to be huge.
Boy, Eve in all kinds of trouble there. Big sack. Grandview came into this game with 16.5 sacks in just 3 games, adding to that total there. 3 guys get credit for that sack.
First man in was number 46, Nathan Wynn, who's a senior linebacker, 5'11", 160. And that's the other thing. It's not that their blitzes are all that advanced. They just overload gaps. So they'll run 2 or 3 guys through an A gap or a B gap. And if you don't really have pass protection rules, which many Colorado offensive lines don't, it's very hard to pick up intricate blitz schemes.
Short punt fielded at the 50-yard line, going down that sideline. He's dangerous. Brendan Brooks.
And again, Grandview is set up with amazing field position. If you give the ball to the Wolves on the plus side of the 50 or the 50 the entire evening, it's impossible to beat this football team. 4:50 left here in the third, 35-0.
Once again, great field position for the Wolves. They've had great field position virtually the entire game.
.21 personnel here for Grandview. 2 backs, 1 tight end. Little football 101 there for you.
Coral's brought down there. And that's a short game. Clay Johnson on the tackle.
Amazing job by number 10, Clay Johnson, going up, meeting the fullback in the backfield, not waiting to be hit and making the TFL. Number 10 still out there playing hard.
No gain on that play.
Clay Johnson's a great story. You know, a kid that has raw ability and talent has really brought it all together here. His senior year, his grade point average is good. He's going to go play college football somewhere. Very, very good story, number 10, Clay Johnson. A perseverance. Kid has turned into an absolute leader for Coach Joe Johnson.
Quarles again breaks it outside. See if he can get around that corner, showing a lot of speed. Runs into his own guy. And brought down Vincent Dole on that tackle. Comes up from his defensive back position now. Quarles gets up limping. Obinnah also a little bit dinged up. Both of their tailbacks now.
And that's, look, this is what happens when you teach tacklers to go low. And that's why the debate is now, especially in the NFL, is a lot of skill players would rather be hitting the shoulders and the head because the legs are their livelihood. I disagree after playing for as long as I did and having head trauma issues from concussive contact over and over again. But again, that's just one of the many hazards you have to deal with as a ball carrier. Play action.
Summers showing some nifty footwork. Throws complete down there at the 20-yard line and tackled right there. Brooks once again makes the catch.
Now, the ThunderRidge has been griping about some calls, but they have a point on this one, an absolute hold there to keep the sack from being counted. A missed call from the ref, but at the same time, he's human too, and he missed a call. Time to bow up and make a stop here. If you're a ThunderRidge, you've been playing them tough here on this series. Got to keep that up.
Ben Marshall's in there, a tailback now. Both of the Grandview tailbacks a little dinged up. Ben Marshall with the carry. Obinnah and Quarles now both out of the game.
That was a great stick by number 3, Tyler Dalton there, coming up from his safety position, one of the captains for ThunderRidge's football team. Nice form tackle, wrapping up with his arms, forcing the ball carrier to the ground, still playing hard. Hats off to TD and the ThunderRidge defense for continuing to show great effort. It's very easy to pack it in when you're getting beat like this, so you see the pride that Coach Johnson has instilled in his football team.
2nd down and 8. Summers going to throw the ball into the end zone. Complete. Nope, they said he stepped out.
And if you have replay, this is a play that you would like to replay. I thought that he had that right foot in. Great throw by Summers. Jalen Bishop, number 3, the big wide receiver, 6'3", 170. You'd like to see him go up and use that athletic ability, maybe high point the ball there if he knows he's going out of bounds. But the fake concept worked. We'll see here. We've got
see if we can take a look at it here.
Our makeshift replay here. We'll see if our good man Phil can do it up for us. What do you think, Rick? Is he in or not?
You know, with the naked eye, looked like he might have been in. Let's see here. We're watching it in the replay. The throw. Oh, boy, he might have had a foot in.
Looked like that right foot was in.
He might have had a foot in on that.
Play action again, moving the pocket.
Summers throws incomplete. Good job, Phil.
There you go, Phil. Johnny on the spot, man.
Phil, this is the best game you've had so far. You've really made a huge contribution.
Hands down. Hands down.
Nice. Well, mainly because he fixed this pen. That was huge.
It's just a double-ended marker.
That was huge. Oh, I need this pen, and nobody could fix it. Phil did it.
Oh, Phil.
He could be the next level player athlete of the game.
Absolutely.
So far, I have him number 1. All right, they're going to go for a field goal. Mark it at the 24.
Almost a 40-yarder.
Good kicker for Grandview, and I think he may have got it.
Got it.
He did.
The liner.
Okay.
The line drive.
He looks like he's a pretty good kicker. He got a good leg. He had a line drive there for that field goal.
Looked like he Tom Dempsey'd that one. There might have been a little bit of luck there. A little homecoming luck there for the Wolves.
So I'd say, what is that, a 31-yarder?
Somewhere around there, give or take 10 yards.
Close enough.
Yeah.
31-yard field goal.
38-0 here.
38-0.
2 minutes, 6 seconds left in the third quarter. We got some of the Grandview faithful shuffling out here.
Get your school's games live streamed right here on streamitsports.com. Email Phil at streamitsports.com for details. They do all the sports too, basketball, hockey, rugby, any of the other sports.
It is your source for the absolute best coverage of high school sports in the state of Colorado, hands down.
2:06 to go in the third quarter.
We attack apathy here at Stream It Sports and 6-0 Strength with Rick Lewis and myself. If Altitude and Root don't want to take the reins and support the high school football atmosphere here, we absolutely will.
And that's why we're here tonight.
Amen.
We have a good time doing it, but we're here supporting these student athletes. Support high school football here in Colorado. There's a good crowd here tonight.
Great crowd. I mean, the stands are packed from wall to wall here for Grandview. We've got a nice turnout for ThunderRidge on the other side, although they are probably not very happy in the outcome at the moment. But it's the trials and tribulations of high school football. You got to take your lumps. It helps you build your football team moving forward. ThunderRidge very young, so I expect them to learn from these butt kickings. There's no other way to put it. So you got to learn from them and get better.
No quit in this team, that's for sure.
None.
Johnson, look at him fight for negative yardage. Just about half the Grandview team in on that tackle. Clock running here. The Next Level Student-Athletes game plan, helping high school athletes advance to the next level, strengthening academics, athletics, and social and financial responsibility. Go to nextlevelsA.com to get your game plan started. Right now I've got Summers, Obinnah, and Phil in the running.
I mean, Phil is a close third. I think we're going to have to cut him off the list. It's just trial and tribulation of the game, bro. What have you done for me lately? You know, I don't see any cookies in front of me right now, Phil, so you're probably not going to get player of the game.
You know what? I think if you could get some froyo, there he goes.
He's running to get cookies.
Oh, he's getting there are cookies left.
Now he's player of the game.
Look at Phil. Brownies. Look at that. Wow.
I got to watch my calorie intake.
Very impressive,
you
Phil.
You can have
I'll take him, yeah.
You see, he face pounded the entire brownie. True fat guy move.
Can you get some frozen yogurt by the fourth quarter? Phil wants to win this bad.
No laughing. This is a serious moment.
All right, 3rd and 13. Eve under pressure, and he's sacked. Been a tough night for that quarterback.
Number 59 there for Grandview getting in the backfield. Joe Ralewski, the senior linebacker, 6'3", about 200 pounds, getting a sack and ending the ThunderRidge drive here. Again, backed up to their own goal line, and Grandview, punt returner, is standing at the 50. Again, this is like Groundhog Day.
Just about every player name we call is a senior, like that last one, Rutkowski.
And that's how you know your team is going to be successful.
Yep.
This is what last year's games, although they were more competitive than this, ThunderRidge was the team with the seniors and the experience, and now Grandview is that team, and you can see just the difference in confidence, to say the least. ThunderRidge hopes that they can compete. Grandview knows that they can, and that's the difference.
Yep. Senior-led football team, deep football team.
Been through some battles. They've lost games they shouldn't have lost. They've won games that they probably shouldn't have won. So that's what it takes to really build your football team. And ThunderRidge has good leaders and good kids on their roster. It's just it hasn't come together the way that they want here in the first 4 weeks of the season. No reason to quit, though. They got a lot of football in front of them.
Some scores here. Regis 24, Denver South 7. Douglas County is down 27-7 to Mountain Vista, who's undefeated on the season. Pomona over Lakewood 34-27.
Lakewood gave Pomona a little bit of a run this evening.
Fairview and Pooter 34-7. Fairview winning that, or that's a final. Fairview wins that football game. And a fumble, ball on the ground. Looks like ThunderRidge has it. It's good. Okay, the Grizzlies, maybe we can get on the board here.
And again, this has been one of the only vices for Grandview so far this season. They have 0 interceptions on the year, but this is the second time they've lost a fumble in this game, and they've lost 5, now 7 on the season, 5 coming in. That is really the only thing that you can say has been a negative from the standpoint of offensive efficiency and production for the Wolves. Summers is great facilitating the football, and he protects it when he throws the ball. But they do put it on the ground at times. So, look, ball security is an issue. Moving into the rest of their season, it's something they need to sew up. You cannot turn the ball over against the level of competition they're playing against in the future.
The ball recovered by Evan Mayers, who's had a good football game for ThunderRidge. Handoff on first down, no gain. One more final score. Cherry Creek went out to California and shut out Grand Terrace 27-0. That's 2 weeks in a row Cherry Creek has gone out of state. Last week they got beat pretty handily
by Jordan.
By Utah. Jordan in Utah.
And they're expected to be a contender in their division in Utah, but no excuse to get beat like they did.
So they make up for it this week against the California team. I don't know how good that California team is.
They were 4-6 last year. I actually did a lot of scouting for Creek for Terrace, and it's a game that Creek should win. You know, with DJ Luke and Milo Hall and Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker, congratulations committing to the University of Wyoming. They're getting one hell of a player, and Joseph Parker, the fantastic punt returner and slot receiver over at Creek. And then Bryce Blair and James Parker, the two big dogs on that offensive line for Cherry Creek, were very disappointed in last week's outcome. And you could tell all week preparing that they were going to be hungry for a victory, and they went out there and took care of business. That's always a good, and a lot of these high school kids don't know this, the very best thing to do as a player, all right, is to fly back victorious. There's no better flight on earth than to fly back with your teammates, whether it's high school, college, or the pros, in a victory plane. It's the best feeling on earth. So congratulations to Creek getting that W and representing the state of Colorado well.
Let's get the Grizzlies on the board here. They're down 38-0. Start of the fourth quarter.
Got to keep playing hard.
Second down and 10. Eve.
Here comes pressure.
Under pressure again.
Ball
is on the ground. ThunderRidge picks it up.
Touchdown.
And they're going to run it in for a touchdown. All right. Grandview
Well, just when we
Nick
thought
Proctor ran that in.
Just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, it gets worse. And look, Grandview's a blitz-happy football team. This is what they do. It's no secret. Everybody that plays them has to know this is what they're going to do. And it's one thing that I'm frustrated as a commentator up here with my man Rick is I'm not seeing a lot of adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no adjustments. Grandview just keeps assaulting them with the same blitz package, and I'm not seeing any adjustments from ThunderRidge. I know it's hard to adjust when you're down now 45-0, but at the same time, you can never stop trying to improve, even if you are getting throttled.
Yeah,
too bad.
Extra point, no good. Tristan Eve having a tough night. I mean, they know they got to throw the football to get anything going here. Their running game has been almost non-existent, and he's starting to take a pounding there, getting sacked quite a bit.
And that's blood in the water to a team that blitzes and rushes the passer like Grandview does. I'm not sure who got the sack, but he was there in a hurry. He beat the tackle around the edge and came with a nice swat. He secured the tackle, swatted the ball out. They returned it for a touchdown. It's too bad. Every time ThunderRidge has had an opportunity to go down and put something on the board, they shoot themselves in the foot with either penalties or now their second turnover to take them out of scoring.
They got 44-0. What's the number for the mercy rule? Is it 40?
I don't know when running clock starts, but
I think it might be now. 40 points.
Not trying to be disrespectful. It's just it is what it is.
Well, we'll find out.
The clock is still running, and
I believe it's 40 points.
There you go.
So we'll have a running clock here for a while now.
And if you're ThunderRidge, you got to be a touch dejected, but still, you can learn from situations like this, regardless of how bad it is. As one of my coaches told me once, and something that I live by as a coach now, working with many of the young men that are actually on the field out here this evening. It's never as bad as it looks on tape, and it's never as good as it looks on tape. So regardless of the score and how lopsided it is, there are reasons why this happened tonight. Field position, a huge reason why this happened. Time of possession, turnovers, not taking advantage of opportunities Grandview gave them. And we're talking about ThunderRidge here. So there's a lot of things that they can build off of. Hopefully, the message is relayed in a constructive way so the kids can grow, so they don't feel as if they're the problem. As everyone that that works with ThunderRidge, myself included, is getting beat 44-0 right now. So you got to take your lumps and heal as a family.
Zeke Johnson, no quitting that kid.
Still running hard.
And as we said, the clock is running. Even though he ran out of bounds there, we still have a running clock, 8:41 to go here in this football game. They're down 44-0. If you love what you see, don't forget to go to Stream It Sports store and purchase a DVD or a Blu-ray copy today.
And I definitely recommend it. Listen, as a guy that watches as much tape as I do on Huddle and these other mediums, some of the tape, not all of it, but some of it is atrociously bad. So there's no harm in getting some HD live tape where you can actually see what's going on.
Zeke Johnson throwing for a big loss there. We got 8 minutes left to go in this football game. Been a tough night here for the ThunderRidge Grizzlies. They're going to end up 1-3 after this game, and Grandview will go to 4-0.
Grandview next week has got at Eagle Crest, a nice Aurora rivalry. And then the meat of their schedule, we'll find out if Grandview is real. They're at Cherokee Trail, back here at Legacy Stadium, at Cherry Creek at the Stutler Bowl, Overland here, and Valor here to finish the season. So we'll see if this Grandview team is real.
Tristan Eve just took a big shot, put the ball on the ground again, and
it is 4th down.
That's going to be 3rd and 15. So ThunderRidge fell on the ball. They're going to keep it. It's 3rd and like 20. 3rd and 21. Clock running. 7 minutes to go in this football game. Eve dropping back, throwing over the middle, and it's over the head of his intended receiver. He was trying to hit Alex O'Reilly.
And we're going to be looking at a punt or a change of possession here. Looks like they're going to punt the football off.
Yep.
Change possessions. If you're Grandview and you're Coach Schultz, now's the time to be classy, okay? Put your backups in. Let them get some run. Don't try and air it out and go score some more points. You know, it's one thing that I've always tried to live by here as a player and as a coach, all right? Sometimes you are on the other end of a beatdown like this, so be careful what you wish for and be humble in victory and be gracious in defeat.
Fair catch at the 37. We have a running clock right now with over a 40-point lead by Grandview. It's Colorado high school rule. We call it the mercy rule. Clock will run after you get a 40-point lead on your opponent.
I wish they would change the name of that. I wish they wouldn't call it the mercy rule. I don't like that.
The McChesney rule?
I don't know what you want to call it, but mercy sounds, it's just, I don't like it. I don't know what you change it to.
Yeah, you could call it something else, I guess. It's a little degrading.
Yeah, just a touch. I mean, since we're in sensitivity land here in the 21st century of the United States, we might as well change that too. Why not?
You've gotten very sensitive.
I'm a sensitive guy, Rick.
You want me to hold you again after the game?
I don't know. Can you wrap your arms around all this meat?
I couldn't last time, but
I'm girthy.
You are
girthy.
I'm willing to give it a try.
Hey,
but if
all you can do is try.
If you'll stay happy. I know how to keep you happy.
I'm a happy guy.
Mac and cheese, Phil. Is it any
Phil,
mac and cheese left? Any mac and cheese left?
Cheese, no!
5 minutes to go here in this football game. All right, we better start talking about the next level student-athlete player of the game.
I think I know who it is.
You got a new quarterback in the football game here for Grandview.
As they should.
That looks like Gunnar Lamphere. He's a sophomore. Well, if we're going to look at the player of the game here, it's either Summers or Obinnah.
And look, you could give it to both guys. And can we do a split, boss man? Hey, boss man, can we do a split player of the game? Yeah?
You can?
Yeah? You look like the owner of the Panthers right now, shaking your fat face. Yes, see this look of disappointment? The ultimate look of disappointment. Like, wow, these guys are the ones doing the color commentating. It's okay, we love you, Phil. If we didn't make fun of you, you'd know we didn't like you.
Well, you can tell it's a blowout because we're talking a lot about Phil in the game. Okay.
I'm going with co-player of the game, Summers and Obinnah.
All right, I'm good with that.
We good with that?
Yeah, Summers with a 1-yard touchdown run. Summers with a 58-yard or 6-yard touchdown pass. Summers with a 4-yard touchdown run. He had a 32-yard run call back, too, don't forget.
First quarter.
So I don't know. I mean, to me, he was the most outstanding player on the field.
Well, fine.
But, hey, it's just me.
Hoarding all that glory.
Leave it up to Phil. Who do you want?
I'm going with the Colorado Hammer. So who do you think, boss man? Synergy. Both combining. Okay, they can hold each end of the jersey.
Right, congratulations, then.
I like it.
Chukwuma Obinnah, the big tailback, 6'1", 218 pounds. And their quarterback, Cody Summers, both of them seniors. Cody, 6'4", 195. The next level student-athlete players of the game. We got co-winners here tonight.
Very good players for Grandview, 2 senior leaders, and 2 guys, including the rest of the dynamic players on this roster, that they're really going to have to lean on here moving forward, as their schedule, I know we've gone over it a couple of times, but their schedule towards the end of the season is about as ruthless a gauntlet as you're going to get. So we're going to find out if Grandview is for real the last 4 weeks of the season.
They finish up against Valor.
They do.
Here at this stadium.
And Overland the week before. And Overland, if you haven't had a chance to look at Overland, they are a dynamic athletic football team. Austin Conway, the Wyoming basketball commit, is hands down the best skill position player in the state of Colorado. They have Kevin Proser. They've got Wright, number 6, who is an absolute stud cornerback and tailback, who's putting up massive numbers, almost 9 yards a carry. Very, very good players over at Overland. So, look, Grandview has a big test in front of them to see if they're for real in the 5A division. But again, those teams also have to play the Wolves, and they look formidable. Another 40-point night and pitching a donut.
We're under 2 minutes to go in the game. Clock running. Eve still in there at quarterback. He's hung in there all night. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson picks up a first down.
And I'll take this time with 1:30 left to say, regardless of the score, 44-0 or 14-13, both these teams can hold their head high. Both the coaching staffs, Coach Johnson and Coach Schultz, quality head coaches and quality leaders of men. They've been at both their programs for a very long time. All right, they do a good job of developing their kids. So it is competitive, and you do want to win, but when it comes down to it, it's all about making young people better, and that's what I try and do, and that's definitely what Coach Johnson and Coach Schultz try and do on a day-to-day basis. So hats off to those two great leaders, and hopefully there's better days ahead for Thunder Ridge, and we'll see if Grandview can keep this train rolling, Rick.
Under a minute now in the football game. Zeke Johnson on that carry. It's been all Grandview in this football game, 44-0. And we have co-players of the game, too, the quarterback and the tailback, Summers and Obinnah, both with tremendous games. Grandview, as we said, with a really deep senior-led football team, and it shows. Every poll has them in the top 10 in the state of Colorado.
Another sack.
And another sack.
Another sack to end the football game.
Where they're really padding their sack stats. They came into this game with 16.5.
And that's who they are. They're not going to call the Wolves off on defense. If you don't like it, stop it.
And that is going to be it here as the clock winds down. A 44-0 win by Grandview. They will definitely maintain their lofty ranking in the state of Colorado. Thunder Ridge with a tough loss here tonight. These kind of losses just make you better.
They have to, and look, Thunder Ridge needs to come together as a football team and heal, and Grandview needs to ride the wave and the momentum that they get from this football game and go and beat a very good team in Eagle Crest next week, and then they've got the gauntlet to run at the end of the season. We will be back here for the final game of the season at Legacy Stadium for Grandview and Valor, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, Stream It Sports brings you the best high school football in the state of Colorado.
Yeah, Lakewood, Bear Creek Thursday, Cherry Creek, Cherokee Trail Friday, Monarch and Fairview on Saturday.
I'm going to do everything in my power to be back for Cherokee Trail and Cherry Creek next Friday night. I'm actually having fusion back surgery on Thursday, so we'll see if that happens.
So you think you'll be back the next day?
No.
All right, you're talking the following.
The following Friday night.
Right.
Yeah, not next week, but
wow.
The following Friday, I hope to be back in the booth with my man, the master, Rick Lewis.
Yeah, I hope so, and good luck with that, Matt. I know you've been putting it off for a while. You're a busy guy, but it'll be good to get that behind you. Hey, thanks a lot for watching here tonight on Stream It Sports. Once again, the Next Level Student-Athlete Player of the Game. We have co-winners tonight. The tailback, Obinnah, and the quarterback, Summers, win that award. A one-year scholarship to the NLSA Game Plan High School program, helping high school student athletes become the total balanced athlete. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rick Lewis and Matt McChesney, and you can hear us doing the Broncos pregame show. The Denver Broncos, with their biggest game of the year against Seattle, will be on the air at 12 noon on 103.5 The Fox here in Denver, or iHeartRadio if you're watching from around the country. 12 o'clock, one of the best NFL pregame shows you've ever heard. If we may say so ourselves.
Amen.
At 12 noon, and then that Bronco kickoff at 2:25 will be on 103.5 The Fox as well. You can follow me on Twitter at @1RickLewis.
And follow myself at 60Strength. Check out the website for 60 Strength and Fitness, 60strength.com, and make sure you go to Stream It Sports and it's streamitsports.com, and you can get all the information about how to purchase tape and how to give your next level student athlete the best way to be seen.
All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Stream It Sports.
Support Colorado Preps.